Oh my god, you scared me. I was like, who is that? Do you do your neck? I've been doing it lately. It's really annoying to wash off though. Like I think it just stays for days.
Or a neck gaiter.
Yeah, the neck gaiter that I have, it's almost like white on the inside. So I haven't been wearing it as much. So I just do like that. So tonight, let me grab my hat. Tonight, Nick and I are headed out for an evening hunt. It is October 30th. We've been finding all kinds of deer sign, although admittedly I've been taking the past couple days to work, like this, editing. Nick's been out a little bit though, and over the past weekend, sign is starting to appear everywhere. Nick saw a buck last night, right? That was like hot on the nose.
Wednesday night.
Oh, that was Wednesday. Tonight's Friday. So anyway, it seems like the pre-rut is here. It's beginning. And it's going to be Halloween weekend. So we have friends coming up this weekend, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Marta will be hunting with me tomorrow. She has a doe tag. So we're actually borrowing a friend's crossbow so that her and I can hunt together from the ground. We don't have any two-person stands set up, and she's never hunted out of a saddle, but we want to hunt together, you know? I don't want to just stick her in a stand by herself. It's just going to be fun. Even though she'd totally be down for that, it's just funner to hunt together. So let's get out there first and then we'll chat more. Whoa! I'm excited. We made it 50 yards and Nick realized he forgot his bow, so he turned around. I am going ultra light tonight. I just have my pockets shoved full of things, and because I'm hunting with Nick, we only need one processing kit, if you will, really just a knife. So he's got the knife, I have my own headlamp, I have my own rangefinder, but that's really it. Other than my tag, of course. Here he is. Ready?
That's my GoPro.
So this ladder stand was hung by Nick and either his brother or one of his friends. So this is my first time actually sitting in it. I feel so wide open. Maybe it's also partially because I've been hunting in a saddle so much that I'm used to the tree being in front of me and kind of hide behind the tree. But yeah, let me show you what I'm working with. So I have a little bit of limb cover right here, but this is completely open, and I don't know, I just don't feel very covered. I'm not high up. And then I have this limb directly in front of me, which is good because if anything comes from like this direction, I may be able to stand and then have a shot once they get over here. Nick is hanging a set of sticks right there. Looks like he's almost set. So that's the setup. Exciting.
So we're pretty much just in a big swamp. There's some blueberries in the summertime. It's a lot of like regen, oaks, some beech, and I guess you could call it a little ravine where the watershed flows down towards the river from us here, so it's a nice little funnel for the rut. saw a nice buck in here on Wednesday night chasing a bunch of does. And we missed a couple bucks out of this tree stand last year, so they use it. It's about 5 o'clock. We'll see what happens tonight. Brought the rattling antlers too. I actually rattled in a buck in this spot last year. First time ever, so figured I'd give it a try. She saw a buck, I didn't even see it. Spike. I can't tell. Might be a little forky. I don't think he's illegal. Oh, there's another one up in here. There's one. Where is he? Little buck. What? Oh, there goes one. Damn it.
That was exciting. He got into 65 yards. And then he kicked up and down.
That's a doe. I know there's more in here, but I lost them somewhere. They're just crawling through here tonight. They're all staying just out of range. Oh, there's the other one. That one might be a buck. I think it's 3 does in here now. And that one little buck cruised through. Hopefully that'll be a big one coming in now. I'd shoot that doe if she gets close enough. Hopefully she comes into 30 yards. Looks like she's gonna work around us though and catch our wind. There's a doe right in front of me. I'm gonna shoot it. There's my doe tag for the season.
Hell yeah.
Disappointed in the shot, but
It's okay.
it was 2 inches off. I would have expected that heavy arrow and that fixed blade broadhead to do a little more, but
Once we actually get her cut open, we'll see
don't
what
let me
really
forget
happened.
the broadhead's in.
Correct.
inside her.
Yes.
Okay. She's fatty. We didn't change the blade on this in a while, I can see.
Nice. So the reason why Nick just cut the sternum is because there's still a broadhead inside of her from his first arrow. So to be extremely careful, it wouldn't be smart to just go sticking your hand into that cavity blind. You could really cut yourself bad. So at least this way, hopefully we'll be able to locate it.
Oh, I feel it.
You feel it?
Yep, I think I'm good here.
Cool.
Let's just roll her over.
Okay. So Marta and I are headed out for an evening of hunting, and Marta is the one who will be doing the shooting tonight. We are hoping to fill her first deer tag here in Pennsylvania. I'm very excited. We're gonna go back to pretty much the same spot that I shot my deer with her just 2 weeks ago. I was hunting last night with Nick, which you saw. He killed a doe, and there was so much deer movement. I think we saw 10 deer total. So I've got a really good feeling about tonight. We're gonna go sit on the ground against a tree, and then have fun because it's Halloween. So anyways, let's go hunt. You got Great.
Damn, that thing is strong.
Sweet. All right, so update. Since I saw you last, it snowed. Marta and I went out and hunted last night with the crossbow, and we had 2 deer come in right at last light. They came in, I want to say like 15 minutes after sunset, and it was a doe first. She walked in at 55 yards, and then a buck followed her, and he walked in to 45 yards. But because of the low light conditions, we could tell that it was a buck, but we didn't know the size of the buck. And in Pennsylvania, there's an antler restriction, and I couldn't tell what it was. She couldn't tell what it was, even looking through the scope. And at that point, he knew that we were there, and then he busted almost immediately after. So we had a very close opportunity, but we were being safe. So right now, we actually went out today. Oh my God, hold on. We actually went out today, and Marta bought her own crossbow. So right now we're sighting it in preparation to hunt in the morning. Ooh, we're getting so close. Nice. That right and left looks perfect. Just keep moving it up. Ooh, so close. Almost a perfect shot. We're all settled and ready. Marta and I are up against a tree. Sunrise is in about 10 minutes, and everything's covered in snow. There was a huge temperature drop, so the hunting should be good today. Another hunt down. So this morning, we didn't end up seeing a single thing this morning. I don't even think we saw a squirrel. And that was really shocking to me because I thought that the movement was gonna be insane because we had like 3 or 4 inches of snow and the temperature dropped, but the wind was really strong. So the wind speeds were anywhere between 13 miles per hour to 15 or even 16. So I think that the deer were huddled down in pines or just in like a thicker covered area, or just areas where the wind wasn't as bad because we are sort of in mountains. Little girl. Abby had a fun weekend with all our friends. Huh.
Friends coming.
Wait a minute, young girl. Do you go outside? So anyway,
Here, let me let Abby go. Be a good girl. Nick and I are going out this evening. We napped during the day. I'm a kind of greasy, gross mess, but it's okay. I'll spray myself down with sun spray. I'll actually probably change some of my layers because I've just been hanging out in what I hunted in today. We'll be hunting together. I'll be in that ladder stand again. He'll be in his saddle. Just from my experience last year, I don't really like hunting from my saddle when it's freezing out. I'm talking like sub 20, which it feels like it is today. As you can see, Nick's deer is still on the pole. Temperatures have been real nice for that. Let's do it. Ready? We're walking out to the stand right now. We're both dressed up like Michelin men. We've got a good feeling. So we switched up the strategy from this morning. We're hunting lower in a little valley instead of on top of the ridge. So hopefully the wind will be a little better controlled. We actually just stepped over some fresh tracks that looked like a larger sized deer, which is a good thing. So we're gonna get in there, get set up, and just wait on a deer. We'll see. But I think that this strategy is a better move than the spot that Marta and I were at this morning. Ooh, bear, turkey, no doe. Neither of us can shoot a doe now because we both shot and filled our tags. So it's bear, turkey, buck, coyote, but that's not gonna happen. Okay, here's where we split up. Nick's going to the saddle, and I'm going to the ladder. Good luck.
I added a fourth stick, which probably gets me 20, right around 20 feet high. I think it really helps. I think the snow on the tree really helps camouflage her up in that tree stand too. It's only like 15 feet high or something, and it's kind of wide open, but the snow sticking to the side of the bark should help. It's so pretty. Perfect wind. I put my first stick, like, I'm 6 feet tall, and that's at my forehead, so, I don't know, 5 foot 10 inches high, and I use this aider to step up onto my first one. It gives me an extra 18 inches or so, and I also use it as a drag rope. So whenever we shoot a deer, I double wrap that around its neck. It's just, you have something to grip onto. It's way easier to pull. So I just started doing this in the saddle because I hate wearing knee pads, and sometimes the buckles on the foam seat pads are such a pain in the ass to get around the tree. I've been using my backpack hanger. I've been using the daisy chain on the bottom side of it, and I just loop it around there instead of throwing it all the way around the tree and buckling it. I just buckle it right there, loop it in there. It stays right in place. It saves a little bit of time, and if you don't like wearing knee pads, it's a pretty good option for $10. We're finally set up. I don't even know what time it is. We probably have 2 hours or something like that of shooting light left. The wind's still good. It's pretty quiet in here, so hopefully it turns on. Oh, I busted her. Oh my god. That is insane. Wow, I'm shaking so bad. That was insane. That bear, I watched it from probably 80 yards out. It must have been behind trees because Allie didn't even move. I was like whistling at her, trying to get her to grab her bow. It got into maybe under 20 yards on her. Started smelling something. She went to grab her bow and it busted. They're my favorite. Pennsylvania black bear is the coolest thing in the world to me. It's still early. It's still probably only like 4 o'clock, so still got plenty of night left. Looks like just one doe. All by herself. Nothing following her. Give it a couple minutes. Probably got half an hour of light left. They're doing what we thought they would do, but there's no bucks following them. So it is what it is. Still cool. Crazy night.
So I thought it was a black coyote, and then it got to this tree right here, and I realized that it was a small bear. And to me, it looked really small. And I looked at it, and I thought, oh, like, sweet, that's really, really cool. I don't want to shoot that. And then I looked at you, and I thought, cool, you can shoot that. That's going to walk your direction. And then it didn't walk your direction. It turned around.
He's got big
And
tracks.
then I looked at you, and you looked at me like, what are you doing? Aren't you going to shoot it? And I was like, no, I guess I will.
That's not a small track. Put your hand down next to that. It's good size. I'd guess he was a little over 100 pounds, 150 pounds. That's wild. Oh, these are good ones here. Look how cool that is. That's so badass.
That's really cool.
That's badass. I was shaking. I'm still stuttering. I was shaking for 1 full hour. I was shaking like a leaf. Like I could not control myself. That's wild.
So that branch directly above it was in front of it and weighted down because of snow. So even when it was right in front of me here, I never had a shot. With a firearm, I could have just like ducked underneath. But with a bow, I never, like, there was no shot. And then when I tried to get ready to take a shot, then my quiver fell and then he ran away.
When he like turned, he was kind of quartering away. I thought for sure you were gonna have him at like 18 yards.
Yeah, I would have had a shot if my quiver didn't fall. I was actually adjusting my sight. I don't even know what it landed on.
I adjusted mine too.
So it was on 40 and I went to adjust it to 20. And it fell. But I didn't really want to shoot it.
I could tell you didn't want to shoot it.
No, I saw it and I was like, this is really cool. I just want to watch. But when I looked at you, you looked like you were encouraging me to shoot it.
I was freaking out.
And so I was like,
I thought you.
I was like, okay.
I thought you were ready to shoot it.
So it's bear, turkey, buck. So like when I thought it was a coyote and then I realized it was a bear, my initial thought was like, oh, that's way too small. And like, I just want to watch this. This is cool.
When I first saw it.
And then it started walking your direction. I was like, oh wait, Nick could shoot this if he wants to. And then I kind of looked at you.
Rossi's calling me real quick. Hello?
Yeah, I can't remember.
You didn't want to shoot it. Which is
No.
fine. You don't have to want to shoot it. I just thought when we talked the other day, you said you were ready to.
I do, like, I think whenever bear season comes and I go to hunt bear, like, I'll be ready, I guess. But that was, A, so unexpected. B, it was, like, so small to me because I thought it was
smaller.
Coyote.
When I first saw it and it was at like 65 yards, I was whistling at you and I was like, there's a bear. Or no, I thought it was a fisher. And I was like, there's a fisher. There's a fisher.
So if it's so small, you thought it was a fisher.
But then when it came up the bank of the creek, I was like, oh, okay, that's Like, that's not a cub. I bet you it was over 100 pounds.
I bet you maybe was 100 pounds.
Even that, whatever.
But regardless, so yeah. So
I could tell you didn't want
it.
it. Like, when I realized you'd seen it and you didn't grab your bow, I was like, oh, she's not gonna shoot it.
Yeah, and I looked at you to be like, if you want it, like, take it. I know you're only 40 yards from it.
I had probably a 40-yard frontal shot. That was the only shot I had.
Yeah.
But at that point, I put my bow down and I picked up the camera and I was like, I'm either gonna get good footage, or I'm gonna sit here with my bow in my hand and it's gonna bust us, and we're gonna have neither. So I was like, I'll just get the footage.
Yeah, and then I guess
And I'm glad I
after
did that.
looked at you, I thought you were giving me cues like, hello, why aren't you shooting that?
Well, at first
And then
I was
for
like,
whatever reason, that's why I'm like mad at myself.
But after it spooked, and after everything was all said and done, and I looked back at Nick, he was shaking his head no, and it made me feel like he was disappointed that I messed up, and then I was upset with myself because I was like, why did I even try to shoot that when, like, my instinct was, this is too small. I don't want to shoot this bear. I want to let it live for another year, whatever. But the weird thing is, I want to shoot a bear, but I think it came down to the only experience that I have had with bear made me believe that that bear was too young to shoot. To me, that felt like its mama could have been right behind it. Like, it felt like a young cub to me. The average size of a black bear in Pennsylvania that gets shot is probably about the size of that bear. So maybe I need to do some more thinking about it before I actually get into the woods, or maybe I'll just let it happen in the moment like I did. But I will not make the mistake of putting my damn quiver on my platform. What a freaking idiot. That's frustrating. And yeah, and I also won't let my decisions be influenced by other people. Even though Nick didn't say anything or do anything, it was all sort of made up in my head in the moment because of what was going on. So lessons learned, very good lessons learned from this hunt. But I will say I'm filming this clip well into the future, and good things have happened. So the next couple of videos will be very good. So if you have watched until the end, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. That way you won't miss any future videos, any of these good videos that I'm talking about, because there's some good things that have happened. And that's it. The best time of the year is upon us. Enjoy every second, and I will see you guys in the next one.